Right, here we go, guys. It is peak drift time now. On the track now, we have got the little A86 boys. Now, these little monkeys, we'll see what I've got coming in here. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to turn you over to the music and let you watch some of the best drifting. Once the drift is going to see that time, remember you want to see a nice work with all our facilities. Some of these boys may do it, so all that.
here we are, Team Drift, back on track. First team out is that.
Haven't had it in my earpiece, which is a bit unfortunate. I'm wondering if this is. Well, we're just doing it by attrition here. We're looking through our lists. Is some sort of proximity and emulation here, and to the team with. Well,
Steve DePalmer in there though. So, there you go. But unfortunately, it probably wasn't as tight as it could have been. This is Team Dirty. This is looks like the FC boys down there, RX-7s. Now, traditionally not known as the best car to be drifting, but these guys seem to do an absolutely fantastic job. You know, Mark Wright goes on a second there, just keep playing better. I think it's a lot more speed than the trailing car. I think that's 20. Big entry. And looks like, whoa! Certainly didn't fall apart there in the end. But we really haven't seen what we're doing. What's the best way to go on the team?
I suppose to try and keep a real close gap as usual, but not wash off too much speed and just think about the car that's behind you, because they need to follow your line and not to try and stuff them all up in the one hit.
Yeah, it seems that the guys are probably going a little bit too hard at the moment. You know, they're all still trying to drift flat out. I guess with Team Drift, it's not really about drifting as quick as possible.
There's some evenness in this spread. I mean, it's not pretty, but oh, well, there you go. Just jinx them. Hey, you know what, Jack? It happens all the time. In fact, if we rewound the tape, we'd find we were probably complimenting you about the time you're wrong.
Don't say that.
Might be the case actually. So,
look at that! Isn't that a pretty sight? The wheel race comes out there.
yeah, that looks fantastic. I tell you what, at Eastern Creek, I saw the run around on Saturday afternoon. But it was absolutely incredible, and then TP backed it up with exactly the same run. They were coming out of the top of the left-hander at Eastern Creek, you know, pretty much door handle to door handle, free across the track. It was spectacular to watch. And when they get this right, it was absolutely awesome. Alright, the team we're looking at here.
So it looks like we're looking at this here.
Yeah, certainly out there giving the car a fair old thrashing at the moment.
Well, the wheelworks team, that is May, running from Monkhouse. Now, you know this fella out there, Jack?
Yes, I know the following car is the best out of all. But I'm always put on a good show.
Talk us through it, mate.
Basically they're in third gear, sometimes back to second for the low horsepower cars.
Just dropped off the back a little bit, but jump back into his normal Drift Australia drive, and you know, this is really the corner that they should be hammering at home, even spread between the first corner.
Swan Lake.
Very good. You've got to say that's the run of the day so far. these guys are just too much gap. But it is a confidence thing. It's getting used to the drive. Team Drift is getting to the point where you can't just form a team and go out and have a slide down. You do sort of this kind of thing.
He's come out like patients escaping from an asylum. These fellas that are just bolted.
Absolutely. He's gone round. There we go. Yeah, that's what you're doing a rev limiter for.
Well, that's called Team Huge Gap for a reason, fellas.
There you go. Been stating the obvious, have they?
I think so.
Alright. Team Dirty up next. I reckon these guys could actually set a decent lap. So just slow it down just a little bit. That really is the trick.
Mark's put the weight a bit there.
Yeah, he has. certainly has. So just needs to knock a little bit of the speed off. Just try and get one of the things about it. You guys do all sorts of fun stuff. I know that Queensland were pirouetting around each other.
Yeah, definitely.
That was very, very cool to see. When I was in New South Wales for the state round there, Leighton and one of the other drivers did the same thing, first and second. They thought they'd do a bit of pirouetting and spectacular. Not sure how comfortable I'd be doing that at the moment.
Did a bit of the Power Fest in 3 work stars too. That was pretty impressive to watch.
Yeah. You do see the Japanese video where they get 4 or 39 there, working hard last night, trying to get the thing together as I drove all the way home. Andrew Mill was about 8:30. Obviously did a good job, that's still up and going. Joel Macris just hanging around doing nothing by the looks of things. There you go, put a bit of angle into it, Joel, come on. There you go, well done. And let's beautifully. I wish I could do that. So, oh well, it's all experience. Exactly. So we've got just foolish line. Yep. Just getting into it. You know, it's an interesting thing. Into the lane, not really what you want if you're following close, that's for sure. Especially when you come around and the door's been shut. So,
when they keep their foot into it, when they come up like the smoke, it makes it even harder to see where you're going.
Drive straight through.
Exactly right. Right, Team Works back on track. This is what we want to see. Nice, close, tight drifting. Come on, guys. Led by Lyndon Reynolds. Mr. Natural as he's been termed by some people, but there you go. Right. Absolutely neck and tighty. Probably not their best run that they've ever done around here, but certainly getting there. Right, we've got a few more laps to, a few more runs to go here. Looks like we've got a
two-car team,
which obviously doesn't qualify for team drift. So we're ticket to Formula 1, and obviously a couple of cars now. So this one works. Interesting things about this is some of the best driving you actually see at the end of the day like this, because the pressure's off, they're not competing, it's not a qualifying run, they're pretty relaxed, they're sort of well in the groove with their cars, and they'll come out and do some really nice, neat, tidy, clean runs. And
it makes a big difference having the weight off your shoulders, just being able to go out there and have a blast and not to worry about it.
Yes, I know, I know the feeling of missing out qualifying run. Yes. Exactly right. So, when you do your practice, you make a few little changes to the car, which is makes you compliment it, and they don't. So, yeah, a bit too much distance there. That's a great job. Nice strong run by him, actually. Sporting the new wing on the back, the new colour scheme, and He was telling me earlier he really wants to do all the super drift rounds next week. Which would be absolutely fantastic to see. Just a matter of getting yourself organised, sponsors in place, and getting the budget happening. So, all right, this looks like it's going to be close. Let's hope it doesn't end in panic.
It's a lot better actually, these guys. A lot better.
Huge amount of speed under the straight there. A bit like a wiggly snake. Oh, well done. Absolutely well done.
That's the one thing about team drifts when you're all snaking straight in different formations. It feels really good, and you're seeing the other cars in front of you doing the same thing.
I've got to admit, one of the coolest things I've seen is Team Pierre actually did it at one of them actually in WA. They, opposite sides of the track, and then they finally came together entering turn one. Looked absolutely fantastic. They do all sorts of crazy things like hanging out of the car and whoa! Whoa! Could that have been any closer? Probably not. True Daddy pitching up and he's down. Maybe there was a bit of contact on the other one, but round it goes again. They're having fun. It's good to see the crowd still hungry. We've got a few out here today, which is fantastic. Not a bad day for drifting. Like getting Mondrian heading off there, trailers packed, cars on it. Hopefully not going to just drag it on the concrete.
No, it's not back on it, so it's...
You can roll
Yeah,
it.
it drives.
It drives?
Good, yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Might need a wheel on it though.
It's actually pretty good.
Probably a buff.
Racing Logic struts are held up.
Racing, they've held up, don't they? That's good.
Jack, looking at the Wheelworks cars, what sort of, would you be able to have a guess at what sort of budget, maybe you can put your own budget, like how many thousands of dollars are you looking at per year, say, to run something like this?
Building the cars is not a too expensive exercise if you do it the right way and don't have to work. Just the cost of getting to events and if you get the cost of life sponsorship and you don't put one less bill out of the way, it all adds up.
Well, it costs around $50,000. Transport costs, getting to rounds for a 3-car team, not including tyre sponsorship, logistic costs a year.
Getting people to airports,
Yep.
cars.
Yep, that's roughly what it costs. Tyres and tyre huge
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I'm sure that Team Wheelworks will be more than willing to talk to you next year. You know, there's some other guys out here that probably wouldn't mind a 3-car team as well.
That'd be good.
So,
Hello. Bit of action on the aisle side then. Looks like we might be wrapping up our team drift, are we? No, we're not. This is still that two-car team again.
Geez, if I'd have known that, I would have just headed out and would have done some I'll just have to kick it out from the rear and the front as well.
That's one thing I wanted to congratulate you on, Jack, is your showmanship. You put out that car, mate. You look like you're on stage.
Well, what can you do?
Crowd loved you.
You've destroyed your pride and joy, and just got to try and see the positives, and everyone appreciates a good crash. So, give back to the fans.
Oh, it certainly made the highlight reel, there's no doubt about that whatsoever.
Definitely.
So, which is good. Well, I guess good for the highlight reel, not necessarily good for you, but
Yeah, so these things happen.
yeah, you'll live another day, and I'm sure that you guys will work hard to get the car back together, and we'll see you in Queensland Raceway.
Definitely, we'll be there for sure.
Which is a particularly good track actually. Nice flat track, pretty even track. We're almost very Japanese in spec in the fact it's only a short track. It's basically the equivalent of doing 7, 8, 9 here, possibly with another corner in it. Probably another couple of hundred metres longer, but you know, all in all, not round it goes. This could end in tears. Oh! Almost. Yeah, that was close. Obviously, guys parading back round now. And operating back around now. Team Wheelworks just gently move back in. Away from the wall. But the car's been out for guys, if you have an evening wash, rims or tyres, make sure you head down to Wheelworks on the road. Come on guys, give them a round of applause as they come past. They give 110% out there, especially for Team Drift, and it's all about the show and they've done a fantastic job. Don't know if I could see anyone actually knocking them off of Team Drift this time round, so maybe the trophy, the Delirium trophy, might go to them. That's the rest of the team. Well, thank you for that, Jack. Hopefully we'll see you back at round 3, of course.
Yes.
And,
Jack will be back.
And yeah, we'll see you back for at Queensland Raceway as well.
Thanks very much, Jack Monkhouse, with us there. Post rollover, post drama, but still all smiles. One of the true gentlemen of the sport as well. Fantastic to actually have a yap to Jack. You know, that hasn't bothered him too much, Sam. Well, he's in good spirits.
Then again, you know.
Yeah. And
These things happen.
The guy's driven over.
Yeah, exactly. You know, these things happen, unfortunately. You know, those of us. And I guess the thing is too, it's not his everyday car. You know, a lot of guys that come out there, it's the only car that they own. So if they destroy it, well, they have trouble getting to work on Monday. So, but you know, he's in a fortunate position that that's his race car. Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do, but hey, it's all part of learning. And I'm sure in 20, 30 years' time, he will say, you know, do you remember the time I stuck my green 180 on its roof?
Yeah.
At Malala, which was a bit unexpected. So now these guys are on another run by the looks of things. Quality by Mark Wright there. Absolutely fantastic today. I thought it was a transition lap, but obviously isn't. They're heading back in, and that is close enough. He couldn't get any closer to try and around his gone. Out of a little. I think he's sort of gathering him up a little bit quicker than he expected. You've got to get to the point where you go, okay, where do I go from here? Just backed off the throttle. He spun.
Team Dirty came unstuck.
Team Dirty, they did come unstuck. So can we see anyone knocking off Team Wheelworks? That's the question.
Well, it would have to be a pretty freaky run, Sam Conway, I think.
Yeah, it would.
It ain't going to happen.
No, well, you never know. We've got the R31 brigade out here at the moment, so they've lost one of they've lost that maroon R32. So we've got a couple of 4-doors and a 2-door, led by Joel Macros, who did an absolutely fantastic job today. He was a little bit unlucky. But in the end, Henry went through and Hens is in the final. So not a bad run, but of course you can see Joel's just that bit quicker. You know, Joel's that bit more experienced, and realistically, it's about the guys stepping up now. You get to this level where the guys are pretty good. We're at state level here. They've got a lot of talent. There is starting to become that defined boundary where you can see the difference between a Drift Australia driver and just a top state driver. You know, you often get a lot of guys, you know, all these guys around that are top drifters. Well, I go to a lot of the state championships. I judge a lot of the events, and you know, I haven't come across too many guys that have stood out and shone at a state event and really blown me out of the water. And I've gone, you should be in BA.
Sure.
I really do think that, you know, Drift Australia has got some of the best drivers in Australia when it comes to drifting in their midst.
Sure. Well, who of the drivers who are not in DA at the moment, are there any here? You'd say they're ready. They're ready to start trying out. They're ready to start entering that. Is there anyone here that you think is that level?
Well, James Martle, of course, Kelly McKinnon, guys that actually have driven in Drift Australia before, certainly are. Simon Micklemore. He's certainly got the talent. It's just a matter of having the budget and the sort of being able to step up. But like Steve De Palma's been in Drift Australia. He struggled with it a bit at first. He had some good results, but he realised that it's a very, very competitive playing field. You know, Mark. I know Mark Guy is really starting to get there with his car, with his ability. He's really got a well finished off drift car now. Maybe there's room for him to step up. It'll be good to see him do Super Drift next year. See if he can take out the Super Drift Championship. You know, it's